Yeah, so Toho, it's actually where we started the Bass Pro Tour, my very first experience of the Major League Fishing format, and I was fortunate enough to make a top 10 there.
That's where we kicked off the very first Bass Pro Tour event, and Johnny Morris was there to give us the first cast. It was just a really surreal moment, and I ended up having a pretty decent event there.
This is the last really true big fish I've caught, so it's been 4 years now. But I caught one in practice. Never counts if it's practice, but it was a 12-pounder, or just under 12 pounds. It was like 11 pounds, 15 ounces. If we can get some warm weather, you have the potential for those kind of fish.
Sure, I won the Major League Fishing Cup event a couple of years ago on Kissimmee, Florida. You know, that place got a lot of big fish, and a lot of place to fish, a lot of hydora, milfoil, lily pads. You know, basically you fish in shadow that time of the year.
All right, Toho in the heavy hitters event in 2020, I won the knockout round heavy hitters fish. It was 50,000.
Michael Mill just caught an 8-pound, 15-ounce fish.
Some good memories there. A lot of my other tournaments haven't been great, but that one was good, and hopefully it'll be another good one this time. I caught a 9.2 in heavy hitters there. That was the biggest fish caught that week.
Little bitty worm.
Day 2, I caught another fish in that area. It was winding down, 1 minute left before the end of that period. What'd Mark Rose do? I dove in, alligators and all.
30 seconds.
And I came up with a 3-pounder. It was a nice fish. It added to my weight, but I was thinking in the back of my mind, it might be old 9.2 from the first day, $100,000 fish. It wasn't, but you guys got to see a big old fat redneck dive in and bring out a fish.
I got my first, I guess you could say, check in one of the major tournaments at Toho. So I like it in that aspect, but I've also had some of my worst tournaments ever, worst days of fishing ever on Toho.
You know, everyone's got their little list of lakes that have been daggers in their sides, you know, maybe over their fishing career. And Toho has been one of those for me.
Toho, we fished another event, years ago, and I just had a terrible practice. Just couldn't get it going. We were right around that time where the fish were supposed to be spawning, but the weather was kind of progressing, and you could see it might be one of those where they just showed up. And that's exactly what happened. So I went from having a terrible practice to a top 10 tournament. These big fish came in spawning. They were spawning in less than a foot of water. It was crazy. So it was just amazing to see how quick that lake changed just in a few days' time.
I've got some good memories there. I've caught a ton of big fish there, and it's one of the few lakes in Florida I've never won on. So, to win at a place for your first time, I'd like to get that done this year.
This is going to be my opportunity to actually have a good event at Toho, unlike the last 100 times that I've been there.